the Tampa Bay Rays. Which of these two will prevail? Next on the show. Alex Colomé will be on the mound for the series opener. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, his batting average against this year is under 250. He's really had his way with the offense.
Into the box now stands the leadoff man, Michael Bourne, and we are ready for baseball.
Center fielder, Michael Bourne.
First pitch tonight is looked at for strike one as we get underway at 7:11 p.m. And Eric, as we take a look at the Rays entering play here tonight, they've got to be considered one of, if not the hottest team in baseball right now. Winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
And they've upped that lead in the division even further. They've put some serious distance between them and the rest of the pack, so they're well on their way to playing October baseball.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Line towards center field. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. He'll take the turn and head for second.
He's around second now, and they still haven't gotten to this thing.
And he is into third base here with a leadoff triple.
I've been really impressed with the way he's swinging the bat lately. 15 straight games now, and people are really starting to take notice of that streak.
Here's Michael Brantley. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. The average sitting at 292 here to start play. 5 homers and 31 RBIs. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. After it is Dickerson. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from third as this should get him on the board. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
And after the leadoff triple, this is just a case of a guy taking care of business out there with a runner in scoring position. All he's trying to do is get something airborne here, and that's mission accomplished as he gets the easy sacrifice fly.
Jose Ramirez will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
Well, he's been scuffling through this year, but over the last 10 games he's been good, hitting over 350.
Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike one.
Now after that sac fly, this is where you got to just clear the deck and start this inning over.
Line drive to left. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
Batting fourth, third baseman, Carlos Santana.
Here you go. Let's check this out in show motion. Well, look at him pick up that front leg, bring it down to get set, and then bang! Right down the left field line. That's a great look there.
Here's Carlos Santana now as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. That average coming in right at 300 on the nose with 19 homers and 72 RBIs. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
You know, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
And that's lifted the other way out to left. Dickerson is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. With that, here's a look at Terry Francona's Tribe starting 9. EK, any thoughts?
Well, I'm watching the man they call Doc over 300 against right-handers, which is obviously what he gets to face in this game, so I think we'll see him give a nice performance at the plate. He could be a key factor.
He's set. Here it comes. Starts him out with a slider for a strike. And set up behind the plate is Joe McDonald as you see the rest of our umpiring crew in this one.
Yeah, Joe has a little bit of a tough strike zone to figure out, guys. It's never too crazy in any one direction, but it's not always as consistent as some people would hope.
Myers over to his left, and that ends the inning. 2 hits in the inning lead to a run for Cleveland. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. The Indians on top, 1-0. Justin Masterson, a native of Jamaica, is the man to start on the mound in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, if you take a look at that whip, you can see he's been struggling all year long. A lot of base runners.
Corey Dickerson comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Rays, left fielder Corey Dickerson.
Into the seats, 0-1. Masterson into the windup, coming at him with the 0-1. Off the plate and in, it's a ball and a strike. Eric, we take a look at the Tribe as they begin here tonight. They come into this one in need of some kind of spark to turn them around as they find themselves in the midst of a 5-game slide.
And the silver lining to that is that they do have their ace going here tonight. He's what folks used to call the stopper, you know, the guy you turn to when you needed to break a losing streak. So it's all on his shoulders here tonight.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hard sinker. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out. And with that, a look at the Rays lineup card in this one. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, definitely watch out for Corey Dickerson. He's been hitting the cover off the ball lately, batting over .350 in the last 10 games.
As Drupal Cabrera will dig in now, knowing he'll need to turn it on here down the stretch if he wants a chance at claiming that batting title.
Here's a guy who's in the conversation for batting title, and over his last 10 games, he's hit over .330.
And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike 1.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
Fastball called for strike 2.
Down, 0-2.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now. Now, people describe this guy as throwing a heavy sinker. Would you guys agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's hard to explain why that's the case, but it's true. When you run into a guy with a good sinker and lots of movement on it, it just feels like you're hitting a bowling ball. The ball just doesn't go anywhere.
On to first, and Cabrera's a ground out victim. 2 away. And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at how the Tribe stacks up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, they have a man on the mound, high ERA. That usually means there's a lot of hard hit balls. So this defense, they're going to have to be ready with that leather out there.
Evan Longoria will get his first opportunity here, currently leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories.
What a great season, but in order to win the Triple Crown, he's going to need some help from his teammates getting on base. He's in the top 5 in RBIs, but not leading that category.
To see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
Nope,
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Calling for it, Murphy. And the inning is over. Down in order go the Rays. They still trail 1-0. David Murphy will get his first opportunity here, and that average is certainly not where he wants it, down in the 220s to begin the ball game.
Hey, you never know. Things might be looking up for this guy. He's hitting over 300 in his last 10 games, even though his season average doesn't look that good.
Set to deliver the 0-1.
Nope.
And he misses with it, 1-1.
1-0.
Grounded up the first baseline, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And that misses 2-2.
Yeah, looked like he hit the target. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he made it pan out.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this will fall, but it's a foul ball. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. Tried to fool him with the changeup, but he won't offer at it. 3-2.
And you know what, guys? This is a big league battle going on right now. Neither guy wanting to back down. No sign of weakness on either side.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
Boy, I'm going to tell you something, guys. That is a great at-bat to start off an inning. You got a guy out there on the mound burning through pitch after pitch, just trying to finish this guy off, and he never could do it.
Yan Gomes will get his first opportunity now. He's got to be feeling pretty good about things recently as you see his numbers over the course of the past 10 ball games. Right down Broadway that time. Strike 1. Nobody out, runner on first. Skied into straightaway right. Myers is under it. Makes the play, 1 away. With a moment now, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for Tampa Bay. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, Matty, one place you don't want to hit it is to the third baseman. Absolute vacuum down there. He's got great range. Some of the plays I've seen him make, absolutely ridiculous.
Nick Swisher will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. On it's tailor-made to short. 6, 4, 3. It's a double play and the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Indians there. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Will Myers will stand in for the first time, and you can see the average there as he continues to flirt with a .400 season.
Well, when you look at what this guy's done so far, Matty, he leads this ball club in average. He's been a huge part of their offense so far this season.
Masterson has his target. Here comes the first pitch. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1. On the ground to the left side. Gloved by Santana and reined in, one away.
Batting fifth, second baseman, Ben Zobrist.
Ben Zobrist will dig in now, knowing he'll need to turn it on here down the stretch if he wants a chance at claiming that batting title.
He's had a great season, third in the league in average, and there's a possibility of winning that batting title.
Into the windup and the pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. To first. Swisher over to his left. And Swisher will do this himself. 3 unassisted for the out.
Now, these infielders have been busy early on, and that's another ground ball out for them. Probably not going to be the last one we see either.
James Loney strides forward with a hot bat in his hands. Great numbers over the past few games. Here's the first pitch to him. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Bourne on the run. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Christopher Badalucco steps in here to start out their half of the third. Top of the order to follow.
Yeah, and you know he's the number 9 hitter, but you've got to go to the plate right now thinking like a leadoff guy. Just find a way to get on base and then give those 1, 2, 3 guys a chance to drive you in or do something.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
And he was really late on this one. I mean, really late. You can see where the baseball is by the time he gets the barrel through. I mean, it's darn near in the catcher's glove already. That tells me he was probably looking for something else.
Michael Bourne at the plate now. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Squared that one up just a little late. Oh, and 2, here it comes. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Swing and a little tapper. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a soft liner on to first, and there were 2 down.
The left fielder, number 23, Michael Brantley.
Stepping in, Michael Brantley earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike one. Tries to dump this one out to left. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with two men out.
And you check this out. This is on the inside part of the plate, but he still is able to take it to the opposite field. I'll tell you, that is bat control at its finest right there.
Standing in now, Jose Ramirez, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Now you got to regroup after the 2-out single. You're in a dangerous spot in the lineup, so the inning's not over yet, not by a long shot.
Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. One left for the Tribe, but they're up 1-0. Trey Barnett will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
And they're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Brantley will wait on it. One pitch, one away.
Batting 8, center fielder.
So with one gone now, let's take a look at the Rays' upcoming schedule for the week to follow, as we'll be here bringing you every game, every step of the way. Angel Pagan will get his first opportunity now, and as you can see, he enters play with that average up near the 320 mark.
And that is huge for him, too. This is a contract year for him, so he'd love to take those great numbers straight to the negotiating table.
And that misses inside 1-0. Swing and a ball chopped. Masterson's ready. Here's the 1-1. Lifted the other way to left center. Brantley is under it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
And if these guys want to keep hitting fly balls, I think he'll be happy with that. Especially when it's the guys down near the bottom of the lineup.
Deoner Navarro will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball one. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Brantley going back. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Rays go in order 1-2-3. It remains 1-0. Back alongside Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, as Carlos Santana will settle in to lead things off here for Cleveland. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. That's yanked into the stands. Strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Now that's popped up. He'll put it away without much trouble, and the leadoff man is retired here in the fourth. So with one away, let's punch up the graphic and show you the pitch speed comparison for the two starters here in the fourth inning. And both guys can go back and get it when they need to. 96 on the one hand, 94 on the other. So one away now for Delman Young. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors to this point for the Indians. Sent on the ground out to second. On to first, and Delman is retired here for the second out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 7, David Murphy.
Striding into the box, David Murphy. He drew a walk his first time up. Chopped foul right at home plate. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Oh, and he's finding his groove out there now. It's 0-2.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Here it comes on 0-2. This is line to left. Dickerson is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So they go quietly here in this half inning. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. It's the Indians 1, the Rays nothing. Corey Dickerson will stand in to begin their half of the 4th, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ballgame.
Yeah, and still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
Masterson gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. Hit out towards second. Backhanded. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
That's a nice backhanded play there at second. You'd like to be able to get in front of this ball if you can, but here he does a nice job of looking it into the glove, and then he makes the throw to first for the out.
Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Santana is there to take it, and they're able to take care of Cabrera on just a single pitch.
And not only has he not allowed a hit to this point, but he's also faced the minimum so far. You can't do much better than that.
Evan Longoria digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
2 out, nobody on. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Nothing inside here, at least not to start the at-bat, and I imagine that's by design.
Yeah, they'll give him right field. They just don't want him to turn on something.
In the air to center field, and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. A solo shot for Evan Longoria. Home run number 58 on the year. And with it, the Rays have drawn even at 1 apiece.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Right fielder number 9.
Here's Will Myers.
Will Myers.
As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
2-0 pitch on the way. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw on to first baseman Swisher, and the side is retired.
1 in the inning for the Rays on the home run by Longoria. We played 4, all even at 1 apiece.
Yan Gomes heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Catcher, Yan Gomes.
First offering on its way. That tails back over, strike 1. The pitch count there. 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. And the pitch misses low and away for ball 2. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. And a good eye here as he takes ball 4, and it's a base on balls to lead off the 5th inning.
And for as hot as this guy's been recently, this is a no-brainer. Take the bat out of his hands any chance you get.
Digging in, Nick Swisher, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
And we all know he's a much better hitter from the other side.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Oh, boy, he is attacking hitters in this one. Another first pitch strike right there, and he's up right around 90% in that category so far.
Grounded back up the middle. Oh, and forget the double play. It's under his glove.
Boy, you talk about a ball having eyes. First off, he's fortunate to get this one by the pitcher. It's not hit especially hard, but you'll see it get past second base where neither middle infielder can track it down. And it'll make its way into center field.
Christopher Badalucco will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1.
1 run, 4 hits. No errors to this point for the Indians.
And he falls behind 0-2. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Line to the right side. But one's all they'll get as he's back in safely at second.
Well, here's something for you kids to remember. You got to freeze on a line drive if you're at second base. Make sure that that ball gets through before you take off and try to advance. And that's a good read there, and he's able to get back and avoid being doubled off.
Michael Bourne at the plate now, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
0-2, you got to shorten up. Find some way at least to put the ball in play. You can't afford a strikeout here with an important run out there at second base.
Strike three called, and now he's 1 out away from getting out of this.
These guys really haven't had all that many great chances offensively. So, you know, they'd hate to see this threat go by the boards. Not a good time for a strikeout at all.
Michael Brantley digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
And a first pitch slider is right there for strike one. Lifted in the air to center. Pagan has it in his tracks, and that retires the side. Indians strand a couple. Halfway home, all even at 1 apiece. Ben Zobrist comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Second baseman, Ben Zobrist.
Shot toward right center, and they'll start this inning off with a base hit as that one's through.
Oh, my goodness, this guy is really starting to heat up now. That's 8 straight games with a base hit. He's been fun to watch.
Into the box now, James Loney. He flew out in his last at-bat. Runner goes for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. The tag, and he's out. Great job adjusting to the throw and applying the tag in time.
Well, he did a good job to get on base with the leadoff single, but then he got a little greedy here on the first pitch, and they throw him out pretty easily at second base.
Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. And that'll slice just foul at the last moment. Here's the 0-2. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
That's a good spot for that fastball on 0-2. And that couldn't have been an easy take.
Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2.
He's hoping to just run that heater by him. So he's ramped up the velocity here in the last 2 pitches.
Swinging is Loney here, and this is on the ground to second base. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And he will recover in time to get it over to first. Nicely done there as they record the second out. But hold on here now. He jumped out of that dugout in a hurry. He might ask for that out call to be reviewed.
Well, I think we're going to have to wait and see what the word from the dugout is. But here's one more look at it. Man, that's tough to tell if he was out for sure from that angle. And I can see why this was a really tough call on the umpire.
And that's a thumbs up from the bench, so they will challenge the call on the field. So the umpires on replay duty in Manhattan will now review the play from all available angles in order to make the final decision.
The Rays are challenging the previous.
All right, we'll take one last look at it here. Now the question is if there's enough video evidence to change the call to safe. And wow, from that look at it, I think he did beat the throw, and this might be a well-used challenge.
The decision appears to have been made as the headset comes off, and the runner is safe. So the call is overturned. The runner will stay at first base, and they maintain the right to challenge further plays going forward.
Has been overturned, and the batter ruled safe.
Stepping in now, Trey Barnett, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Runner on first here with one gone and a 1-1 tie. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Moving under it, Brantley, and he makes the catch for the second out.
And you'll see where this pitch is. It's up, but it's up far enough that he can't quite get on top of it. And he winds up lifting a lazy fly ball.
In is the center fielder, Angel Pagan, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. On the ground up the middle, played on the backhand. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. One left for Tampa. We've played 5 full, tied at 1 aside. Jose Ramirez will stand in to get things going for the Indians in their half of the 6th. Now a southpaw up to throw in that Tampa Bay bullpen. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike one. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
And that's what the two-seam fastball will do for you. Running away, not just for strikeouts. Here he gets him to hit it on the ground for an easy out.
Carlos Santana will dig in. 0 for 2. He's flied out and popped out so far.
Just getting under it right now. See if you can make an adjustment and keep that top hand strong this time.
Behind on that one. Now behind in the count, 0-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swung on and chopped up the middle. Cabrera's up with it. And the 6th inning is progressing quickly here. Now 2 away.
And that slider's been an effective pitch for him, no doubt. As you take a look there, what his pitch breakdown looks like so far.
Delman Young will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far.
Well, guys, if you split the difference between the fly ball and the grounder he's put in play, you've got a nice line drive. So maybe we'll witness that right here.
Hit back up the middle. Towards second, Zobrist is there. Throw on to Loney will take care of him at first, and the side is retired. Indians go down 1-2-3. Score remains tied 1-1. Deoner Navarro will lead things off as the Rays look to get something going in their half of the sixth.
Catcher, Deoner Navarro.
First pitch on its way. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one.
Boy, we're more than halfway through this game, and he's thrown a first pitch strike to 70% of the batters he's faced, so he's pitching very, very well right now.
Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Sharply hit ball back up the middle. And that'll get on through into center field, so he's got himself a leadoff single.
Boy, I'll tell you, these are the scary ones for a pitcher. This is going to give you a pretty good angle right here because this ball is hit so hard, and it's just about right at him. I mean, there's no time to do anything out there. And he's pretty lucky that one didn't get him because he would have taken his head off.
Into the box, Corey Dickerson. Lifted in the air out towards left center. After it is Brantley. But he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Well, we've got ourselves a tie game here, but it may not stay that way much longer. You get the leadoff single, now a double right after that. And it's fair to say they've got an excellent opportunity here to break out on top.
As Dribble Cabrera will get his third shot at it here. He's bounced out and popped out in his previous 2 trips.
Well, on the bright side, I guess, he is putting the ball in play. He's just not getting that solid contact that you're looking for.
This ball gets down. Let's see if they try to score. In to score is the runner from third. The run scores from second. It's now 3-1.
Well, even though he's the number 2 hitter in the lineup, he says, hey, I'm not just here to be a hit-and-run guy. I can drive in runs just as well as the 3 and 4 guys can. True to his word, he comes through here with a 2-run single.
Evan Longoria will stride in again, and you can bet he'd love to do again what he did back in the 4th. A solo home run here that's been the only long ball of the game so far. And here's a fastball called for strike one. Some stirring now in the Cleveland bullpen. They'll get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing. Masterson sets. 0-1 on its way. Very weakly on the ground. One there, but no real shot at 2 as he's safe easily at first.
That's a very alert play right here behind the plate. Take a look at how quickly he gets out of the crouch and then pounces all over this ball.
Will Myers will stand in for the 3rd time now. Still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
From the stretch. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
Runners on first with 1 down. 0-2 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air to right field. Murphy is there, 2 down.
You know what? I think he's got the right idea here with 2 strikes. All he's trying to do is shorten up and drive the ball the other way. But he didn't square it up quite the way he'd like to, and he just lofts it into the outfield for an easy out.
Here's Ben Zobrist now, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. A runner on first with 2 away.
Nope.
1-1. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Swing and a high chopper. Scooped up. And Swisher will take this one himself, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 7th inning coming up. The Rays lead it 3-1. Back here at Tropicana Field in St. Pete. We're in the 7th with the Rays out in front, and let's get you caught up with our game summary for the first 6 innings. David Murphy is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least 1 back here in this inning.
First pitch of the at-bat. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike one. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
Here's Zobrist now at second. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. So yet another strong outing for him tonight as we show you the league leaders in ERA.
Yeah, currently 6th in the American League in that department so far this year. And when you're pitching as well as he is, the scoreless innings just seem to stack up. He's got another good outing going here.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Yan Gomes stands in as he looks at a called strike.
Real good lateral movement on that 2-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, ground ball out to start the 7th. Now an 0-2 count. He's looking sharp as ever.
Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
We're in the 7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Off-speed pitch, and there is strike 3 called. And boy, that zone just got a bit larger. 2 away. So he's just a third of an inning away from putting up another 0 as we take a look at the ball clubs with the lowest team ERAs.
Well, Matt, as we take a look at the numbers, you can find the Rays atop the American League in that category. And it's always nice to know that whoever steps on the bump for you, you're going to have a chance to win. A lot of teams are envious of that stat, and these pitchers, they deserve a lot of credit for what they've accomplished so far.
Nick Swisher is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Down in order go the Tribe. They still trail it here 3-1. Eli Adler will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th.
Eli Adler.
Now in the box, James Loney. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
James Looney.
Victor Martinez is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the seventh.
Victor Martinez.
Lays off 1-0. Hit hard up the middle. A dive. He's got it. He goes to first. It's in time.
Oh, what a play.
Once this gets past the pitcher, I figured it was a sure base hit, but the shortstop comes out of nowhere to dive for this thing and then throw a bullet over to first for the out.
Into the box now, Trey Barnett. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball one. Drilled right back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a one-out single.
Yeah, he hit a good pitch there. This thing's toward the outside part of the plate, but he stays with it all the way. Uses the big part of the field and gets himself a base hit.
In is the center fielder, Angel Pagan, as he swings and hits this one fouled off to the right and out of play. Slider, and he can't pull the trigger. 2 strikes. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2.
A good high fastball. Maybe something to try and change the eye level there. And now, I might anticipate another slider down in the zone, maybe even in the dirt.
Oh, this is hit to third. Will it be 2? The second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. More from the show. Saturday baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Victor Martinez will stay in the ball game as he'll take over at first base.
Now playing first base, number 41. Victor Martinez.
Leading off the inning, Christopher Badalucco, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Shortstop.
Action in the Rays' pen now as they've got a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing.
And a high strike there, 0-1. Well, that man right there is into his 8th inning of work now. Any concerns going forward?
Well, I think the only thing you have to worry about is that pitch count you see right there. Other than that, he's earned the right to stay out there. Usually the other team will tell you when you're starting to get tired.
Smoked on the ground up the middle. And this is going to be through into center field for a base hit as the leadoff man's aboard in the 8th.
One of the first times tonight that they've had their leadoff man on base. Now they've got to find a way to build on it if they want to get back in this thing.
Michael Bourne will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Lined hard toward right center. And that'll split the gap as it should be extra bases. And this will get on out to the 370 sign now. The runner from first crosses the plate, and he will pull into third with an RBI triple.
Yeah, getting one triple in a game is rare enough, but getting two is something you might see once a year. But just like the last one, he hits second base here under a full head of steam and makes it into third with his second triple of the ball game.
Here's Michael Brantley. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball here, 0-1. Runner at third here, nobody out. Tap fouled at home plate. Trying to hold the lead. Shatters the bat as this is hit on the ground. Throw on to first in time, one away.
And after all of that, the runner has to stay put at third base. I don't think he quite knew what to do out there, so he's just going to ride this one out, keep himself in one piece, and hold on tight at third base. And pretty hard to blame him.
In now, Jose Ramirez. As he will swing and miss on a fastball on the outer half, it's strike one. Slider taken here, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
1 out and a runner on third. Oh, had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Boy, he's got to get with the program here. Well, that's an important run down there at third. You can't be chasing pitches like that.
And here's one that barely misses off the inside corner, 2-2. Trying to strike him out for the second time. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
He knows his job is to hang on to the lead for his team, but with a guy in scoring position, he's got to do something to come up big. Not a whole lot bigger situation to come up with a strikeout than right there. He's fired up about it, but he's still got some work to do right now. He's not out of this thing yet.
Carlos Santana will step in now in a big spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances, but he could make up for all of that with a base hit right here.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. First pitch coming, here it is. And he lays off there, 1-0.
And this is maybe not a pitch around situation, but you need to be real careful with a guy like this in 2 away.
And a strike to even the count, 1-1. Two outs here with a runner at third. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a ball lined hard towards short. In the dirt, and oh, he can't quite dig it out. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's a 3-3 game.
Now batting.
I don't know if there's anything really to pinpoint about this play. It might have been one of those where he never really got a good grip on the baseball, and he winds up kind of throwing a sinker across the diamond to first base, and it skips right on by.
Stepping in now, Delman Young. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1.
He's at an even 100 pitches now for the ball game. I'd have to think this will be it if he can get this guy.
2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. Hit on the ground to short. Cabrera's there, and he'll go the short way to retire the side. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and a runner left. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Deoner Navarro will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far.
Catcher, Deoner Navarro.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is taken outside for ball 1. The man you see here out for a 2nd inning of work, and he becomes the pitcher of record now in a tie ball game.
Yeah, he pitched well last time around. No reason to think that he can't do it again.
The 1-0 delivery. And he commits to the pitch inside, and he definitely went around. That's strike 1. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. And this is on the inside edge, perhaps off the inside edge, but it's a called strike. 2-2 now.
Tonight, borderline calls, you got to be swinging.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
He knows the drill out there. You got to make him swing the bat. Cannot be giving up walks at this stage of the game, because those could be fatal.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2. And he lays off ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
And after your guys just gave you 2 runs the last half inning, you don't want to start giving them right back. A leadoff walk? I mean, no way. You can't do that right there.
Corey Dickerson gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. And now they've got him picked off. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Pitch out, nothing doing. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call on that 2-seamer running in.
And he'll step off the rubber and go to first. Back in standing. And another snap throw to the bag. And a dive, but he's back.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get 2. There's 1, but no real shot at 2 as he's safe easily at first.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. And they're going to settle for just 1 at second.
Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1.
And there's ball one. And this ball runs away for ball two. 2-1. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Well, this is a good fastball spot for him now. And keep in mind, he's got a big hole on that right side of the infield.
Here it is on 3-1. Called strike two, and now it's full 3-2. You going to start the runner at first here?
Yeah, at the plate, you've got a guy that will ground into his share of double plays, so it's not a bad idea to get things in motion.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Bourne will put this one away, and that's out number 2. Time now to give you a look at our starter comparison in this 3-3 ball game. Both pitchers turning in fairly good performances, as you can see on the graphic. Evan Longoria gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the 4th. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Belted high and deep into right center. Bourne looks up. Gone! And that 2-run home run delivers an 8th inning lead. A 2-run home run for Evan Longoria. His second of the game, and it's now 5-3.
In big spots, this home crowd has seen him do this time and time again this year. He's been their big gun all year, and he delivers another lightning bolt here to give his guys the lead here in the late innings.
Vinny Pistano will come on here looking to get the final out in the home half of inning number 8.
Vinny Pistano.
Will Myers will stand in, and they've been able to hold him in check so far. 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that he's been a non-factor in this one. Usually a major force in their offense.
Here comes the first pitch. Too high, 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That's inside. 2-0. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Myers will turn for second. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double. And you see on the graphic right there that his hitting streak will indeed live on as he just continues to hit the ball well.
Can you imagine waking up every morning, coming to the ballpark, knowing that you're going to get a base hit like he's feeling it right now?
Ben Zobrist takes his turn now, looking to add some insurance to their lead in the form of that run standing out at second base.
Yeah, a base hit right through the infield would probably do it, but you can bet those guys in the outfield are going to be coming up gunning if they get any chance at all.
Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
Yeah, your instincts tell you that it's going to be outside, but he has such great movement that it comes back to catch corner.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Now a swing and a fly ball. Brantley on the move, and this will wind up a foul ball. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
One thing's for sure, you've got to make sure this guy's healthy for October. Luckily, he looks like he's going to be okay after that one.
Victor Martinez steps into the box, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home in the inning so far.
Well, this could be a huge inning or maybe the end of the inning. This is a pivotal at-bat in one of the turning points of this ballgame right here.
And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. Nail-biting time now in that third base dugout.
Well, things are starting to spiral here, and you've got to make sure this doesn't spin completely out of control.
The 1-0 delivery. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that first fastball took off on him a little bit. This is a much better spot.
2 down, runners at first and second. Ouch, that comebacker appeared to get him in the arm. Great support from his infield, though, as that's the 3rd out. Weird way to end the inning. Rays get a couple as you take another look at the 2-run home run. Last chance coming up for the Tribe. It's now 5-3 in favor of Tampa Bay. Welcome back to Baseball on the Show from inside the Trop as you get a nice look outdoors at some of the activity in nearby Tampa. Sam Fuld will stay in the ball game as he'll likely do the catching from here out.
Number 4, Sam Fuld.
Jake McGee is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
Jake McGee.
Kicking off the top of the ninth, David Murphy, and they'll need him to get something going here. John Jaso is into the ballgame here as he takes over behind the plate.
Now catching, number 28, John Jaso.
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. Hit hard on the ground to second. Zobrist is there. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway.
Well, this is what you want out of your closer. Comes in firing darts, and it's a very quick out, number one.
Yan Gomes will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners. Take it one pitch at a time, one runner at a time.
McGee's ready. Throw on to first, and now the Indians are down to their final out.
Now got 2 ground ball outs right here to start the ninth. That's as easy as you can make it. Now he's just 1 out away from picking up the save.
Nick Swisher makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the ninth inning.
That's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
The 0-1. A little bouncer, but that one rolls foul. Now this crowd of just over 21,000 are on their feet. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1 and 2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Boy, I don't know that I'd want to be facing this guy right now. He looks pretty fired up out there.
Yeah, he looks like he could run that fastball through a brick wall.
Close, but it's not over yet. That's ball 2.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking on the final out, so that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Line drive to center field, and that'll get down for a 2-out single.
Well, these guys just don't want to go quietly. They were down to their last strike, but now all of a sudden, that tying run's coming to the plate, and things are going to get a heck of a lot more interesting now.
Settling in now, Christopher Badalucco. He singled his last time up. First delivery to him on the way. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
2 out with the man at first. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. He strikes him out to end it here as they were able to get the possible tying run to the plate but could not cash in.
And that turns out to be a great start to this series for these guys as they take game 1 here in front of the home crowd.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And guys, little doubt that the big bat here tonight belonged to this gentleman right here, Evan Longoria. Strike oppose, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end, this really could have been anybody's award. But what the heck? Let's go ahead and give it to this guy. He's as deserving as anybody.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Rays are victorious in this one, 5-3. Good night from Tampa.
The final line score for our ball game tonight: for the victorious Rays, 5 runs on 9 hits. With 1 error, they left 5 men on base. For Cleveland, 3 runs on 7 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 58 minutes. Again, we remind you for your next trip to Tropicana Field that all vehicles with 4 or more passengers receive free parking all season long. Also, a reminder that extra PSTA buses for routes 18, 32, and 74 can be picked up outside the stadium.